Hello everybody. Hi. Today is a very long topic. Okay, my notes are over here. I'm going to be taking a look in that side, and when you see me look at this side, my timer is over here. What's the topic for today? Today is the fourth topic, not walking by impulsive and self-grown feelings, like not working by impulsiveness and self-grown feelings. What does that even mean? That's a lot of words. Okay, so this is a very important topic. That's why I have a whole lot here. I'm gonna go very fast, and I'm gonna try my best to still make sure you guys are not lost. Okay, so first of all, God, when he created the world, after the devil succeeded in deceiving the first man and woman and bringing them out of their ticket to free forever life, forever living forever, the ticket to actually living forever, that ticket. After the devil actually got them out of that, now they are not living in sin. Sin is because it's called sin because they actually broke a rule that actually harms them. Like any rule or anything, any law or commandment or rule that God gives is actually protecting us, so that we do not go out of the boundaries of what we can actually help ourselves with. Because once a person sins, he or she will not be able to save him or herself from the consequences of that sin. God has to step in. So to prevent you from having those headaches and having those hard times, God just tries to give you rules that will help you stay in the right boundary, so that you don't think you are enjoying yourself and you ruin your life at the end of the day. So after the men fell due to the deceiving nature of the devil, God had to tell the first people he came to after men fell. The first people God came to and started relating with was the Israelites. So God came to them and then started talking with them, and he told them, as he showed himself to them and showed them that he's a good God and he loves them and he wants to help, and he's a father and he still wants that relationship. After he started talking with them, he told them to keep telling their new ones, the new growing children that they have, the new families that they make, any newborn child or whoever, they should keep telling them about him and about these laws, so that once this one grows up, they have their families, they can also keep telling it to their other growing families also, and it keeps growing that way. The reason is because if they don't do this, and the new generations come into place, they will forget everything. They won't even know, and they will live anyhow, and they will be ruled. They will be found outside of those boundaries that God has put for humans to help them to live a better life. They'll be found outside of those boundaries, and they'll be destroying their lives. And the devil will have full power, full authority, full control over them, because they're no more guided by right principles and right rules. So those things that make you go out of those boundaries, that are rules that God has placed for us to live a better life and help ourselves and not get unnecessary headaches, is called sin. Those things that put you out of those boundaries, that put you in danger of destroying your life, they are called sins. There are different kind of sin. There are different kind of sins. I don't know if I sin. Well, there are different kind of sins, like lying. Lying is not good. No one likes to be lied to. Stealing, killing, fornicating, having sex before marriage, having sex after you're married to someone that you're not married to, gossiping about someone, breaking relationships between good people. All of these bad things and are sinful, lust and everything. So yeah, as we grow from a little child, the reason why we have to keep telling our coming generations about God and everything is because as we grow, if we are left on our own without being told these guided principles and these things that will help us to stay within the rules and everything, we start forming our own idea of life. We start you know, having concrete thoughts that form our values, and even if they're from feelings or from impulsive decisions or whatever, in the environment we grow in, our parents, our friends, our society, the network, the internet, and everything helps to form our mindset and our ideas. And these things, especially if because of the fact that they are from the world, is not true. It's not the right concept about life. It's not the right way about approaching life. But the world feeds everybody with this, and the route to get to God, whereby you can get the right knowledge and the right insight about life and about how to do life better and not ruin yourself, is a very small, narrow, and rarely talked about, or maybe a little bit percentage of a little bit of the percentage to which you can get to more information about God, and those guided principles are very small, maybe like 5% or 10% compared to the world that is always there, everywhere, every time, feeding you with the wrong things that forms your mindset, and you grow with this wrong mindset, and then you are guided by this wrong mindset. They show up in your feelings, they show up in the decisions you make, the impulsive decisions you make, because you don't have anything guiding you. So we're trying our best to make sure that those doesn't happen. That doesn't happen, because it ends up ruining one's life, you know. Yes, so when it comes to feelings, feelings can be very, very tricky, in the sense that if God made feelings, right? But you can't base your actions based off of feelings alone, because feelings alone is not really substantial. It's not really big enough to make you actually base your actions or decisions on it. You know, like if you feel compelled to do something, and you go on ahead and do it just based off of the fact that you feel that way, it's not a right way to go, because you can have the feelings to like kill someone, steal, assault, whatever. Or you can also have good feelings like feelings of love, like you want to help somebody is in a bad situation, you want to help. Or feelings like you have sympathy on someone. Those are good. But even the good feelings and the bad feelings, we should not base our actions on those things, because they are not substantial enough. We should base our actions and decisions on the fact of what God has said we should do. Like in the Bible, there are different things that God has put in place for us to do. Like when you talk about good feelings, God has said, love your enemies, love your neighbor as yourself, love someone else as yourself, do good, be kind to others. And if you're kind to others, you reap that back. And also show mercy, show sympathy. Those are actual concrete instructions that help you with life. If you base your actions on that, not just merely on the fact that you have the feeling of sympathy or you feel like helping this person, if you base your actions on the fact that God said you should do that instead of the feeling itself, it will be very good. You have a good reason for doing it, and the feelings can back up that instructions. Because one time you may not feel like helping this person, another time you may find someone dying and you feel like, oh well, he or she stole, and people he or she is now arrested because he stole, so what's my business? I don't have to like help because he deserves it. But when you base your actions and decisions on the fact that God says have sympathy or love someone else like yourself. You would base your feeling on that, and because of that you'll be like, well, this person could be me, and because I love this person like myself, I should help. You get? But if you base it off of the feelings alone, you would not have sympathy sometimes you will have, sometimes you will not have, sometimes you will help, sometimes you will not help, because it's just based on feelings. So irrespective of what we do in life, there's always instructions, there's always guidance, there's always directions in the Bible to help us, so that we don't just do whatever we do based off of feelings. Feelings can be manipulative. Feelings can be tricky, and they can lead you to do things that are not right. You may be listening to a song that could influence your feelings and make you feel a certain way so strongly at that point and make you do some stuff. It does not mean that that action you took is the right action. It's just that you're fueled by that feelings. Someone who killed his or her child because of an extreme feeling of hunger, if the person if you ask the person, like maybe a month after killing that child, he or she would be telling you he regrets it, or he didn't want to do it, he was so hungry, and he couldn't help it. So you cannot base your feelings, your actions based off of your feelings alone, because feelings can be manipulated by the devil, and it can be manipulated, and voices in your head that are not right, voices can make you even do stuff that are not right. So feelings are not the way to go when it comes to decisions. If you feel so strongly to go to this girl's place and actually spend the night there and talk with her, and and because you've been listening to this song, and the song cannot make you get your mind off of the girl, and you go to that house when it's not right, in the night, it's lonely and everything, and then you all fall into a big trap, and then the result is a disaster. All those things prior to that time was fueled by feelings. So, but for the example of the example of falling into a big temptation of going to a girl's place in the night, and the person who killed his or her child, if you had gone to the word that God has actually put in the Bible that says, do not kill, love your neighbor as yourself, be patient, or be kind, and all the things that relate to that aspect, if you've read that in the Bible, that would guide you and say, oh, I feel so hungry right now, but I know I cannot kill. I know that the Bible guides against that we should kill, that we should love someone else as ourselves. And even though, irrespective of how someone is hungry with me, I wouldn't want them to kill me, because I know I can do better in the future, so I don't deserve to die. So I shouldn't kill someone else, because he or she would not, I wouldn't want someone else to kill me. So if you guide your decisions based off of the word of God and not just on feelings, you will be able to escape that trap and live a better life and not go out of the boundary. The same thing for the other guy. If he decides if he looks into the word, and the books in the chapters in Proverbs gives you a whole lot of wisdom on how to do life. If you read a lot in Proverbs, you will find wisdom and knowledge on what to do and how to discern and know that you're in danger, and to run away before you actually fall. Those words in Proverbs guide you, and you won't fall into a temptation of actually having sex before marriage. So that the word of God, basing your decisions and actions on the word of God, not on feelings, is key. And impulsive decisions, like when one grows up, every individual have their own set of beliefs and mindsets. These are formed by whatever they've seen in life, whatever they've believed as true, whatever they've seen their mentors do, and some of those decisions are not right. They can make you take impulsive steps, even without thinking twice. Like someone who has grown up believing that there is no time, because I've seen all of these old people around me haven't gotten anywhere with their life, and they're growing old and they haven't done anything. So me, I'm not going to live that way. I must make impact. So I'm going to act right now, go on ahead and do this, you know, and make sure that I make impact right now. No time. This person has probably grown up with the mentality that from whatever he has seen in his life, stating that there is no time to waste, so he has to act immediately. This will probably be one of the things that he or she believes in. So, but that is not a bad idea or belief, you know. That's not a bad idea. But if this person, based off of all of the beliefs and the beliefs and what's it called now, values that he or she has built in life, nothing included from the Bible, he or she would make a lot of decisions based off of those beliefs. And it doesn't matter if it's a good or bad belief, that could be very destructive, in the sense that if he now says that there's no time and he needs to act right now, and there's no valuable means of employment to help him, maybe for example he wants to get a job and he's looking for a way to get a job so that he can have more resources and do more of the things that he has been called to do, and he needs funding and he wants to work and get it, and he has tried and he hasn't found a job, because he says there's no time, he probably would go and try something that is negative, something that's against the law, something that is illegal, just to make sure that he has the resources he needs in the time he needs it. It can push him impulsively to make decisions, push him impulsively to take actions that are bad. But once, if that same person has actually had words and knowledge from the Bible helping him or equipping him, it will help him make more better decisions, not just basing his actions and decisions on built-in beliefs and ideas from the past, you know, but the Bible will help and guide him. So the Bible is a book that helps us to know the heart of God, what he wants for us, how he wants us to live, and help us not to get in trouble or ruin our lives, and help us to be in a relationship with him, and also to make it to the next creation of the world and heaven that he's actually making. So the word of God is key to helping you find understanding your purpose, finding it, and also staying in track, not to ruin your own life and in the process. Most times people that know the words or the knowledge that God has put in the Bible and still decide to take their decisions, make their decisions by themselves, they do this because they want to please themselves. They want to like have pleasure, and those pleasures are something that the word of God or God himself has said that it's not right. So once they hear that God says that this is not right, they shouldn't do it, they hear it, but they were like, I'm here to enjoy myself, and I have to do what I want to do, and I want to feel good about it, and I want to feel good. So they just go on ahead and do whatever, following their impulse, and also following their feelings, just to make themselves feel good, and they, disregard the word of God because they want to please themselves and not God. And at the end of the day, they ruin their lives, and they have problems that they cannot solve because they don't have the person that can help them or the tools. So yeah, so it's very important that we all bring every thought, every decision that we want to make before God, before the word, and compare the Bible and see if this is something that he wants us to do, if this is something that aligns with his word. That is the way to go, the best way to go in life. That is the way that we will be able to not ruin our lives, establish our purpose, and flow rightly, having everything in the world working for us. Because if you follow the rules of God, everything in this world that God has made will work for you, will work in your favor, would promote you, because you are actually following the rules and the things that God has put down. So everything he made will actually back you. The only things that may want to stand against you is the world that wants to please themselves and see you as foolish because you are doing things differently, and the devil himself, who will deceive people to think that you are foolish and to think that you are the odd one out, and to make them to try to bully you or whatever. Those are the only things that will want to stand against you, the devil and the people that don't believe what you're doing. So as Christians, the best practice, not just Christians but everyone, is to bring everything before God, bring it to his word and see what he has said in the Bible. Compare them and see if it's something that aligns. If not, don't go ahead with it. Make sure that you don't walk or make decisions or take actions by impulsiveness due to the things that you have built in from childhood, the beliefs and the values that you think is right. Check with the word of God first, and make sure you don't walk by feelings, because we don't walk by feelings. We walk by what the word of God has said, and that helps us to not make mistakes and not be driven into doing the wrong thing that will ruin our lives.